Hello everybody, welcome to the 25th in my Vedic Nakshatra series. It's Purvabhadra Nakshatra, sometimes known as Purvabhadra Pada. This is the first of a pair of nakshatras right at the end of the nakshatra mandala, which actually show tremendous soul evolution. Quite a lot to discuss, found between 20 degrees Aquarius and 320 Pisces, of course, in the sidereal zodiac. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below, and if the video is helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's go. First of all, everyone, what exactly are the nakshatras? Why are they so important in astrology, and when and where do we use them? Put simply, the nakshatras are the night sky, or the stars in the night sky, the constellations we see in our galaxy. They're actually linking us to the higher lokas and bringing our karmas down in a mystical way through the nakshatra into the rasi, into our life. Parashara has written, God has decorated the heavens with constellations like pearls on a dark steed. The light of the sun hides them in the day, and all knowledge of them is divined in the darkness of the night. The word nakshatra actually means protecting the night from destruction. What is being protected from destruction? Our minds, because these nakshatras are moon ruled, because the moon is the lord of the night sky, and only in the night sky do we see these constellations. In the same way, sun is the lord of the daytime, lord of the day, and he rules the sun signs, of course, the rasis or zodiac signs. And both the moon and the sun are working together in this way. Nakshatra and rasi, zodiac signs, working together, we have real astrology. Don't forget, the stars are the basis of astrology. The rasis or zodiac signs come from the nakshatras, not the other way around. In fact, they can never be separated. Nakshatra must always fit in with the rasi exactly. With the sidereal zodiac, this is always happening. If they are in any way separated, true prediction, true astrology is not possible. Let me illustrate this for you. Here's an illustration, everybody. Kara Pandit Sanjay Rath of the 27 Nakshatra scheme. It shows us perfectly how they map mathematically together with the rasis. On the outside are the 27 nakshatras, and every pada mathematically and perfectly linked with the sidereal zodiac on the inside. And more importantly, there are actually 3 portions to the nakshatra scheme. Can you see 3 equal divisions that are occurring at each Gandanta break? Gandanta is where water sign meets fire sign. Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries in the sidereal zodiac. And these Gandanta dangerous crossings, danger points, switch points, affect all of our karmas. And this break, this threefold division of this nakshatra mandala is very important because it is relevant to our lives. First is the early childhood and adulthood portion of our lives. Second section is our middle adulthood. And third, late or old age. And you map these in your own chart, starting with your birth nakshatra, the moon nakshatra. More than that, you can even make exact predictions of every single nakshatra and meaning in your life from your Janma nakshatra. So many predictions can be made. I will definitely make some future videos bringing these up for you. Right now, let's start with the basics. Let's understand the 27 nakshatras in this series, and most importantly, the ones that you should be looking out for in your birth chart. So which nakshatras matter in your chart? Well, I've just shown you every single nakshatra, whether a planet is there or not can be used to make predictions. But definitely wherever there are grahas, including Rahu Ketu, those nakshatras are important for you. But still, let's cut it down to the bare basics, everybody. I would say there are 4 important positions in regard to nakshatra that you definitely need to study and to understand. First and foremost is the moon or Janma. Janma means birth nakshatra. This is most important. Now, the moon is the mother, and the moon Janma Nakshatra actually relates us genetically to our mother's biological line. Some of that psychological and biological karma coming down is actually shown in this nakshatra. And secondly, moon is society. So moon Janma Nakshatra shows us how we get on with other people, how we move in society. So much of our outer experiences in life can be seen from this Janma Nakshatra. And many fundamental personality traits can be seen from the moon Janma Nakshatra, definitely. Not from the Lagna so much, not from ascendant, ruler, ascendant, all of that. No, it's the moon, it's the mind, it's the Janma Nakshatra. Don't forget, personality changes all the time. As you get older, you'll see it clearly. Personality develops through life, changes just like the moon. So study your Lagna or Ascendant Nakshatra. This will show you how you integrate yourself with society as a physical body. What do you look like? How do you dress yourself? How do you present yourself to other people as a physical being? And how intelligent are you? Or more importantly, actually, what do you do with your intelligence? How do you make decisions? And very important, do not delegate understanding of the sun, of Surya or Ravi Nakshatra. This is so important. How do you maintain vitality? So much to do with health, actually. Lagna and Nakshatra, some way to do with health, but sun, very much so. And how do you maintain dharmic action, righteous action, and spiritual development also linked with the sun nakshatra? And definitely understand your Atmakarika Nakshatra. This is so important. Atmakarika means the highest degree planet in your chart. This contains a whole heap of karma that will bring very difficult circumstances into your life. Lord of this nakshatra, Lord of this Atmakarika nakshatra will help you actually to deal with these karmas. Important to understand, most definitely. By the way, if you're not sure what is your highest degree planet, check at the bottom of my description box. There's a website there where you can bring up your birth chart with the Atmakarika listed, and indeed all the nakshatras in your chart. Let's learn about Purvabhadra Nakshatra then. The Lord is Jupiter or Guru, the symbol the sword, and the deity is Aja Ekapada. The color is silver, purpose is Arthur, material gain and wealth. The direction is west, and the body part, the left thigh. Now, the deity of Purvabhadra Nakshatra, everyone, is Aka Ekapada. Very interesting deity, but a little obscure, but so powerful because this is the unborn energy of this material world. This is the energy of infinity. The word Aja means unborn, and Ekapada means having one foot or one leg, and therefore standing still and even not speaking, just being silent, being alone, being here, and being totally focused. Now, this does not mean that Purvabhadra people having this strong in their chart are silent or are standing still or have got feet problems, necessarily nothing such as that, no, but they are focused on their goal. That's a thing. And beneath this Aja Ekapada is the energy of Rudra, the destroyer, the most powerful and significant form of Shiva for bringing everything to its ultimate conclusion, to its dissolution in time. So watch for the whirlwind when this Purvabhadra is strong in a horoscope. These people, when they are roused, when they are focused, when they are going for their goal, will push every obstacle to one side. They don't even feel fear. They just go for that goal. They will do everything to achieve things, not necessarily for themselves. But this do or die energy is definitely there. And so the sword is the most significant symbol of this nakshatra. It indicates attack, but also self-defense. So Purvabhadra gives courage, gives vision, gives fighting ability. We're going to definitely see that war, fighting, battle is a big factor in this nakshatra. But they will fight for the cause as well. It isn't about selfishness at all. That will be rare here. They can have big egos, we will discuss, but they want to fight for something bigger than themselves, whether it's humanitarian cause, animal rights, nature, environment, whatever it is now, they will be out there fighting fearlessly for the cause. Nevertheless, though, we have to say swords are dangerous. So these people can actually get into accidents, injuries, very, very harsh and difficult circumstances. This is something that they have to watch out for. And finally, sword is sharp. These people can have a very sharp and incisive intellect. This is generally seen. There's another symbol though, because this nakshatra together with the next one you see forms the symbol of the funeral cot, and this nakshatra are the front legs of that bed. And these front legs you see of this funeral cot shows that Purvabhadra people can be forced by circumstance to stop. They can have accidents, illness, all of these things, unexpected happenings. They can be forced into a corner, told to stand down. All sorts of stuff can happen where they have to stop their forward motion. This is frustrating for them, but it's necessary. If only they could think before they act. If only they could be more cautious. But this is most definitely not a cautious nakshatra. Because connected also, I've just shown you, is the constellation of Pegasus. There is no caution here. There is flying over the obstacle, the feeling of freedom. This is the wind horse, the beautiful Pegasus. And although the horse actually is not the animal totem here, these people can be very attracted to horses, riding horses, that sort of thing. And Guru is the Lord. This is special here. Of course, part of this nakshatra is in Pisces, but this affects Aquarius and Pisces. What is Guru? Guru is good karmas from past life. So these people can get wealth, education, status. They can get children, family, all of these things. Without seeking it, they can get good karmic payback from their past life activity. But Guru is about wisdom, and he will push them to seek spiritual advancement. And this is a little bit tricky here because this nakshatra is about artha, material gain. But they will find that all of this gain, and there can be so much gain coming to them, will not satisfy their soul. So they turn, perhaps even very late, to spiritual truth. That's the thing. Now this nakshatra is actually between Aquarius and Pisces Rasi, zodiac signs. And there's a very big difference between planets placed in the Aquarius portion and the Pisces pada of this nakshatra. Because in Aquarius we have Shani Rahu combining with Guru. And Aquarius is the actual part of the zodiac where the ego has to be taken down because it is opposite to Leo sign. And we shall discuss in a minute more detail, but ego issues are the bugbear for Purvabhadra Nakshatra. In the Aquarius portion, it becomes huge. Here, big effect of the sun, moon, major planets, Lord of Ascendant, anything, Ascendant itself, Purvabhadra in Aquarius. These people will face situations where they will actually think, oh no, that was my fault. I was getting too big for my boots. I deserved that. I had to be taken down a peg. That sort of situation inevitably will develop. It doesn't mean it isn't going to happen Pisces, but the Pisces pada of this Purvabhadra people generally are much more easily focused on their spiritual gains. So they can much more easily let go of their ego. They're just a little more softer around the edges, put it that way. But nevertheless, the animal totem is the lion, the king of the jungle. two meanings here. First of all, these people will get success. They will get status. Very often they will go up a notch in life by their own efforts or even by their birth. They will progress to some attainment in life. This is generally seen. And the inner courage is there. Sometimes it may take a little bit of time in life, maybe later in life it really comes out. But the more challenges, the more they stand alone, the more they face difficult circumstances, the stronger inwardly they become. And quite frankly, they will always stand alone against really tough. This is a bit of a crazy image here, but you see, it's about fearlessness. They will stand alone. They may not be big in status. They may just seem like ordinary people. But no matter what difficulty comes, when there's a big challenge in life, when fearful, difficult circumstances come, Purvabhadra inwardly are not afraid. Very often they have to go it alone. They are forced to stand alone by circumstance. Now, the whole horoscope has to be seen, but it can be a loss of job, relationship, family, home, anything, where they are forced into complete independence. And actually, this is good for them. Because don't forget, they have that lion-like courage inside. They can feel like the whole world is against them. Okay, everybody's against me now. I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to show them that I am defeated. This is the attitude of Purvabhadra Nakshatra. This can give them a certain aloofness about them. People don't quite understand their stoic qualities here. Are they hiding emotions? Sometimes a little bit, and we shall come back to this element of having two sides to themselves, but certainly they do stand alone, and they very often seem a little bit ostracized, a little bit independent to an extreme degree. See, Purvabhadra has a very eccentric side to their personality. Even they are a little bit antisocial. They can feel like all these other people trying to tell me what to do, go away. I will do things my way. This is their attitude. People soon get the factor here that trying to influence Purvabhadra Nakshatra people by good advice, any advice, is useless. They do not listen to other people. Oh, the doctor says do this, do that. They will still do it their way. They will always be independent of other people's advice. But boy, can they be dramatic. Talk about drama queen, drama king, whatever it is. They can really go over the top in certain situations. People don't know what to expect from them half the time. They're even a little bit maniacal, manic, really just overreacting. Why? Because deep down there is a deep-seated anxiety. There's a lot of vata energy whirling around in this Purvabhadra wind energy. And certainly some people can even feel that Purvabhadra person is a little bit crazy, a little bit over the top, certainly, but actually not even stable. So they've got to watch it on their job, in their public persona, definitely. They will, however, learn to contain these extreme emotions as they mature. Will people ever understand them? No, because there is this factor of two faces happening here. Now, this has a really deep meaning, but the basic factor is that these people are not understood because they don't always understand themselves. They can be split between two ways of acting, two directions in life, or they can be completely different people inside to how they seem outwardly. And so people getting intimate with a very strong Purvabhadra Nakshatra person is going to be in for a shock, when they get to know them personally. They will be very different to their outer persona very often. It's especially true, you see, because Purvabhadra people are always getting into these scrapes in life, battles in life, conflicts in life. They just keep on attracting them. As I say, they simply can't stand down. Now, this could be physical fights, some people, but that's not the normal thing unless they're in the army or something. Generally, it's mentally fighting, verbally fighting, emotionally fighting. Just they do not stand down from any situation of conflict. And they are particularly effective with their words. They can be very effective politically, for example, speaking, orators, writers, though, definitely. And they have to be careful in their choice of words. They are always very sharp, as I say, and sometimes too sharp for their own good. And they can get themselves into very unsavory and difficult situations. This is why sometimes they are literally forced out of situations. They have to burn their bridges. Sometimes they desire to do it, sometimes they are pushed into leaving the past behind. And it can be tough sometimes. It can be like a big sacrifice for them to have to do this. You know, Aquarius, and this is mostly within Aquarius sign, Purvabhadra, are fixed. They can be very clingy, but sometimes they just have to move on. And it definitely affects intimate relationships, this extreme eccentric personality they have. They have an image problem, actually. Who are they? Who are they presenting to the world, and who are they inside? There's a lot of confusion here. Now, this is not so much about being two-faced here, but they do know how to present their image where it is needed to be presented in a certain way. They will be very good at this, actually. They can even dress a certain way, speak a certain way according to their career, job, situation, anything, social milieu, anything. They will change. They will be who they know they need to be successful. It's a little bit like camouflage, but they are very, very good at it. Even they can change accent, something such as that, should they think it is beneficial for them to do so. But this is the end of the zodiac. This is where ego and sense of self has to be crushed down. So when they are alone, they can doubt this projected image in a big way. Particularly if they are praised for it, they can definitely do this. So let's say, for example, they are told how gorgeous they are, how good looking, attractive they are. They will feel anything but that when they are alone. They will pick themselves to pieces. No, I'm just ugly. I don't look good at all. Things such as that. They have this feeling that they have to bring themselves down, or they will be brought down if their ego gets too big. And as I have discussed, that is not really too far from the truth sometimes. Because you see, very often, and this is a bit hard to explain, but Purvabhadra puts people into situations where they have to sacrifice, where they have to let go, where they have to do some form of austerity. And they're actually very good at this. They can go on to extreme diet or do extreme yoga or do extreme anything, basically. But it isn't about that. It's about purifying themselves at a soul level. So I spoke earlier on about sticky situations, accidents, mishaps, or falling down from positions. All of these difficulties come. But when they do, it's the moment of truth. Who are they? What are they here for? They will finally find out some inner wisdom, which will lift them up again completely. It's a purification process, and the older that they get, they will shed many ways of acting, many ways of being, until their true soul and their purpose will shine through. When Purvabhadra Nakshatra comes to the ascendant, we've spoken about two faces, two directions. These people can be very confused about direction in life. Or if they are not confused, they will go down one path full speed ahead and suddenly think, no, I've taken the wrong turning. So they can make extreme decisions in life and then have to completely backtrack. You see, other people don't understand them, this two-faced factor, not that they are being two-faced like in a deceitful way, no, but there are hidden factors in themselves which they do not understand, what to speak of other people. So there can be issues with other people, business issues, relationship issues, because they don't truly understand themselves. And until they mature, this can be a problem. One thing for sure, though, they are here to give to a cause, to fight for a cause, to even sacrifice for a cause, whatever it is, spiritual, religious, worldly cause, whatever it is. They must find that cause for which they can fight, and they will be happy that they did. But as I say, it doesn't make for easy relationships until they soften a little bit with maturity. Now, when the emotional moon is here, it's a bit tricky. The moon in Aquarius especially is a difficult position, because Aquarius has an issue with water and moon is emotion. So these people struggle with their emotions, even Pisces Pada as well. They struggle with expressing their emotions, particularly in their family or their intimate situation. And moon is about upbringing, mothering. That can be a little bit traumatic here. There can be big changes happening early in life depending on the whole chart and, of course, the aspects to the moon. Why? Because these people will be born into Guru Dasha, which may be good in some ways, some people, but then very quickly they can go into Saturn Dasha, which will put pressure onto them big time. So wherever the moon is, Aquarius, Pisces, early in life, there was some big switch around, which could have been very, very difficult. But one thing for sure, they learn to stand alone. Early in life, from a very early age, they learn how to be very self-reliant indeed. Even if they don't totally believe in themselves, they know how to survive. They are big survivors in life. And moon is about social life, connecting to society as well. These people can have big connections with their friends, which are so important to their destiny. They have to be really careful about who they connect to. They can attract if the moon is afflicted or is not strong in the chart. Say, for example, it's a dark moon near to new moon. You see, these people can attract very tricky, not trustworthy friends. They can even be manipulated. They have to be careful. On the other hand, this moon, if it is stronger and well aspected, or in any case, actually, they can become popular. They can get a very popular public persona. People like what they see about them. But is it who they are inside? Check what I said earlier on in the video. Who they are inside is far away very often from how they appear outwardly. If the sun is in Purvabhadra, this is an issue for the ego. I've spoken about it earlier on, but especially for the sun. Because the sun, of course, is about the soul, but also ego, deep sense of self. And yes, they are courageous. Yes, they are dynamic. Yes, they can stand alone against the crowd, definitely. But if they get too big for their boots in any way, they will have a downfall. They will have to give up some position. They will be dragged down. You see, they really do have to attain a little bit of humility, and that is extremely difficult. Best thing is, listen more than talk, conciliate more than fight, and these people can be very successful. And then when the highest degree planet, it could be any planet at all, is in this contentious nakshatra, you're going to have to go to war sometimes. You're going to have to battle. You're going to have to face dangerous situations, but not for yourself, but for other people. And sometimes, according to the aspects, this will be good because you will lead other people. You will be someone who stands out from the crowd. But life will have many stormy moments, just like Rudra, who I've spoken about beginning of the video. Many bridges will be burned. This is a soul that is purifying itself. So in the end, you learn to stand alone, strong and purposeful. It doesn't mean that you're going to be alone, but you stand alone inside with this knowledge that you have given everything you could during the life. But whatever planet is here or wherever Purvabhadra is in your chart, here's a big secret. Find the house where he is. If he's in the 10th house, Purvabhadra rather is in the 10th house, conflicts in the workplace. In the 4th house, conflicts in the home. You get the idea. There will be battles. There will be standoffs. There will be difficult situations for certain. But as you mature later in life, you will definitely find peace inside. Guru is the Lord. Guru will give you wisdom through all of the challenges. Hope the video was instructive to you. Look forward to your comments. Don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now and God bless everyone.